Just got done with part 1 of a new series called Amphibia. I heard about it from another YouTuber who was doing a video of modern underappreciated cartoons. After just finishing Star vs. the Forces of Evil and still waiting for season 2 of Infinity Train to come out on DVD, it seemed like this show was the next best bet. So, what's the story? 3 girls, Anne, Serena, and a third one, Marcy, that's only mentioned once, find an odd box with golden frogs on it. In opening it, they are transported to Amphibia, a wondrous land where frogs and toads live as people. The thing I find rather odd about this series is how that story is conveyed, not through the first episode, but through the opening itself. When the first episode does begin, we center on 3 frogs, Sprig, Polly, and Hopodiah Planter, or Hop Hop as everybody affectionately calls him. Rumors are floating around about a monster that has been lurking in the woods. Sprig, being a reckless adventurer, goes to investigate the monster, only to find one of the girls, Anne. From there, the rest of the episode is devoted to convincing the town that Anne is not a monster, as well as taking shelter with the 3 frogs from earlier. The episode ends with seeing Serena in prison, with a mysterious figure saying, "Where are the others?" To which she replies, "It's just me." The figure throws in Anne's shoe and says, "Oh, really?" And it ends. From there, it's the frogs going about their daily lives, and trying to figure out their society, as well as waiting for the thaw. Rumor dictates a different world lies beyond the mountains, but it will take several months for the pass to be open. Right off the bat, it's very obvious that this show was very much inspired by Gravity Falls. Oftentimes, there are scary or unsettling imagery for what would be considered a kid's show, and the humor in it isn't childish but more for a general audience. But the most obvious is in its storytelling. Much like the first episode of Gravity Falls, the first episode ends with a major plot point that is not touched upon until many episodes later. I feel if you wanted the overall story, you would only need to watch 7 episodes. Unlike Gravity Falls, though, I had so much fun with these filler episodes that I didn't care that the story stalled. Then, when the story would pick up again, I would be even more excited to watch. The odd thing is how the story would pick up. Usually, it just seems like a filler episode, then ends on a major plot development, which sometimes is not touched upon ever again. Though I have issues with the storytelling, I loved the characters, the adventures, and the clashing of societies. Much like Gravity Falls, though, the show gets amazing when it focuses on the story. There are 2 episodes in particular that inform you that they are important. Most of the time, they play the intro, but with these 2, they dramatically show the title, and then the show starts right up. These 2 episodes I enjoyed the most. As a little background, while the frogs live in harmony, it is really the toads that lead over them. They make it so a toad is always the mayor, and every year they come for their tribute, similar to how the grasshopper does in Bug's Life. They're a militaristic group led by Captain Grime, who I just love the design of. Not only do I think toads are cooler than frogs by default, but whenever a character has only one eye like this, they look even more amazing. These 2 episodes, as well as a brief glimpse when Serena is being interrogated, is all we ever see of them. What's even more interesting is the color scheme used in these 2 episodes. A lot of blacks and reds compared to the blues, the greens, the browns. It just looks like something out of a Don Bluth film to me. Like Infinity Train, though, I am still waiting for part 2. The episodes I have seen were dated 2019, and I hope it's still in production. However, with this being on a list of underappreciated cartoons, I do hope that a part 2 will actually be made. There is such a cliffhanger at the end of part 1, as well as so many unanswered questions. I'd love to know where the rest of the story goes. As you may have guessed, the main reason I made this video was to promote the series. or at the very least, bring some awareness to it. If there is any interest in a Star vs. the Forces of Evil review, I can do that. It's just going to be a lot longer. Mostly because there's a lot more to discuss there, and there's going to be far more picture to edit down. Until next time, keep having fun.